Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Galactic News Center, the place where we talk everything and anything Star Wars. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the confirmed Han Solo standalone movie. Now, this film appears to be in the pre-alpha stages, if that is a term applicable to movies, as producers search to find a young actor to play the infamous scoundrel. That's why I say that it's pre-alpha, because they have yet not found a lead role to play Han Solo. But based on the age of the actors on this shortlist, the movie will probably be set a good amount of years before A New Hope, but well after the rise of the Empire. Han will most likely be working for Jabba, as it has been confirmed that Jabba will be making an appearance in an upcoming Star Wars movie, and you consider the options are either Rogue One or the Han Solo movie. He obviously wouldn't appear in any of the newer movies as far as 7, 8, and 9 go because his ship blew up. But he is fair game. I'm going to say he's going to appear in the Han Solo movie. Little bit better chance of that happening than Rogue One, but I don't know. It could very well happen. But I'd like to talk a little bit about what I'm expecting from this movie and whether or not I think the movie is a good idea for Star Wars universe. First off, let me just start by saying that anything that Star Wars puts out there, I'm going to eat up because I love Star Wars and I will no matter what. And I'm sure there's a ton of people out there like that just enjoy Star Wars so much that they could throw a movie out there of 20 minutes of just lightsaber battles and I'd go watch it 10 times over. Having said that, I'm not quite as excited about this movie as I thought I'd be when they first started speculating about these standalone movies. I'm not yet, and I think I will be once they pick an actor, because none of the actors that I saw on this short list really piqued me as an interest where I'm like, okay, this guy could probably be a really great Han Solo. And I know a lot of that is because we already have so many memories of Han Solo, so many conceptions of what Han Solo should be and his mannerisms that any actor that they talk about, rumor, probably won't sound good. But once we get some footage, some pictures, some costume shots on set, then it will probably begin to settle in for me. Now, don't get me wrong. I am excited to see these standalone Star Wars films that give backstory to the characters we know and love. And I think the standalone movies are very good for the Star Wars universe. I will say that. But Han Solo is one that I'm a little hesitant, and I think it might be too tall of a task to pull off. For me, honestly, the movie's going to have a load of nostalgia. I'm talking like twice or 3 times the amount that was in Episode 7, and that might turn some people off, but hear me out on that. Whatever mission or smuggling trip we see Han go on in this movie, there has to be moments where the fans can clearly recognize how Han Solo was shaped into the man that he is. I'm excited to see a situation where maybe they introduce Han and Chewie together. That, honestly, if they introduce that relationship and how that formed, would make the movie for me. No matter what happens throughout the movie, I would love the movie if they brought Han and Chewie together in this movie. But it will be particularly emotional given that what happened in Episode 7 and Chewie's reaction to that. I think moments like that are going to be crucial to making this movie special for a lot of people because, to be honest, we already know what's going to happen. I'm sure Han's going to go on some sort of crazy adventure, but after seeing all the journeys that Han went on throughout the original trilogy in Episode 7, are smuggling missions going to be that exciting? They seem a little underwhelming to me. And not to mention, like I was touching on earlier, the problem with these movies that are precursors to the movies that we've already seen is that we already know the outcome, at least from a character standpoint of who lives and who survives. At no point in this movie are we going to fear that Han or Chewie's life is in danger. And for me, that's why I'm a little bit startling that the movie might just be a little holdover appetizer until Star Wars Episode 8, because we already know who's going to live and who's going to come out of the movie. So I'm very excited for the Han Solo standalone film, but I think that the only way to truly captivate the audience, to have them leave the theater and continue to think about it, will be to have moments throughout the film where all the original memories of Han Solo come flooding back to people, and we get to see one of the greatest characters of all time come to shape in his formative years. I think that's going to be the biggest challenge for a lot of these standalone movies, is that we already know the outcome for most of their situations. You're going to have to give us heavy doses of nostalgia, heavy doses of how these characters came to be, or else they're just going to be appetizers for the main trilogies. So let me know what you guys think about the Han Solo movie. If you're excited, not excited, tell me why. If you want to see more Star Wars videos, think about subscribing, and as always, join me, and together we will rule the galaxy.